Oh, good morning. I had to dig this thing up because I didn't want to keep wearing the blue shorts. And wearing my orange shorts is a bit awkward, and all my black shorts are falling apart. So I found my red shorts. So it looks awkward that I have a tank top on, but I have leggings on. So I actually, now it's not as bad as what would happen to my face or my neck or my ears or even upper shoulders. But on the top sides of my calves, underneath the knee pit, has a pretty intense sunburn. It's kind of, so I'm having leggings on to kind of hold that against there. Second thing of all, I've been watching a lot of TikTok today, as per usual. And as the mid-millennials are coming into their idea, or the Gen Zs are like, I don't want to turn 30. And then everybody else, you know, people like me, you're like, I don't want to turn 40. And you have stitches and all that stuff, like, just wait till you turn 50. Or they're telling the 30-year-olds, just wait till you turn 40. And I got a weird thing about that. And first, I'm checking where my fucking bike went. Ah, it's over there. Back tire feels good. Front tire feels good. Cool. Hey, that's a treasury thing. So I checked the mail before I took the plastic down. Dummy me. 234. Good. Anyways, back to the topic that I was chuckling about, because it's one of those things that'll make you, ik ben stuk. I'm broken. I can't even, that sort of thing. So the entire concept of decimal counting is base 10. And it makes a lot of sense because we have 10 fingers, 5 on each hand. I understand that that is an over average amount, and is an above average amount, but still. There was a point that we could talk about counting by 12s. Our time is in that way. Much of our time is that way. I mean, 60s, 12s, 6s. Plus, it just makes measurements a whole lot easier because you can go by 12ths and 6ths and 4ths and 3rds and halves. It's all super easy and it's super fun. But we don't count our years like that. We count it decimally. So people worry. People are happy when they turn 10. People are happy when they turn 20, you know, but, you know, much of the human biological age doesn't necessarily wrap up around those times very well. And so, here's my proposition to kind of mess your brains up. If we were to actually count our years in sets of 12, because if you look at your actual fingers, not your thumbs, you have 3 segments on each finger. That's easy to count by 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Fix that one, so you can count that way. In fact, many cultures before Europeans in the Americas, they counted that way. Anyways, but think about that. We would start having existential crises at age 12, 24, 36, and 48. And that kind of lines up a bit better with things such as like hitting your teenage years, because the first part of your Dozenal, I guess we could call it, Aaron brought this up this morning, would be your first half of that, your first 6 years of your second Dozenal, the ages 12 to 18, are really screwed up. And my brain kind of went off on that one. I was like, this makes way too much sense. And like your whole second Dozenal is 12 to 24. And for at least boys, that's most of their freaking maturity. Also, then we wouldn't technically have teen years because we wouldn't have originally based our original stuff on 5 and 10, 15. So that's in and of itself a bit different. So yeah, if we counted by 12, teenagers wouldn't exist. So yesterday at Auerheim, it was at the gym. They were playing Gangsta's Paradise. And I thought to myself, damn, you know that's done messed up. And basically I was saying, dang, that's messed up when you can literally weave yourself between Gangsta's Paradise and Amish Paradise. And I'm like, Zennial's problem, hit me up. And that's not nearly as bad, but Yumba was playing Rasputin while I was in the process of checking out my groceries. And I was like, he was big and strong and his eyes are flaming gold. I was like, what the hell? with TikTok and my extensive library of 80s and 90s music, I can't escape music here. Oh my God, here. Ah! It's a little back road on my way to therapy. You're not supposed to ride one-handed. Well, she's riding. I'm texting, so look at that cute little bridge. Yes, I have to go over it.
Can you feel that?
Here. We gotta go where? Rembrandtplein. Actually, I'm gonna go this way. There's a lot of stuff going on around the intersection of Wijselgracht and Herengracht. But yeah, this is effectively summer in Amsterdam, guys, so plan your vacations accordingly. Once we get out of biblical pandemonium, I guess? No. Where is that from? Is it from the Bible? Basically, it's an alternate form of hell. Okay, I need 2 hands. Okay, so kind of duck walking the bike over to a shaded area so I can chat for a little bit. Just got out of therapy. She said she'll be back in the office stuff around September, which is totally fine. I basically had to give a primer about what you guys read on the video after practice while I was on the sprinter. That was the first half of the appointment, and then we talked that that playing football is not a negative thing for me. It's my completeness, and I am terrified of failing it in any fashion. And there have been a lot of things out of my control that have hindered me from having complete seasons. 2 of them are relatively positive because unless I was doing football, I wouldn't have broken my collarbone. Second of all, if I had no desire to play football and sort of lived my life, who knows what Aaron's job situation would be like. He was still working at the call center when I started playing football. So, fun times. And so, yeah, that was fun. And so, yeah, there's a canal right there. So we're gonna move up a little bit. Herengracht, Gentleman's Canal. Anyways, dames and heren, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, so that is what, but I've been utilizing the same thing, watching Brian go on to the extended choir, having people move on to better colleges, people getting accepted into colleges, and I'm flunking my sophomore year of college, people moving on to better guilds, people moving on to better things in WoW, tons of other people just doing things and me being left behind. Even with the Cobras, Willie got frustrated after a game and went to go play for the Raiders, and I felt really bad at that point, and then I got suspended, so I didn't even have that season to play. And I moved on to the Cobras, and I grabbed Willie with me because I was like, dude, I'm gonna move on to something better and I want you to come with me. And I went out of my way to help him do better. I went out of my way a lot of times to, do better with, anyways. The same thing happened with Aaron. I wanted to move on and I wanted to play in Europe. And I was like, if I go to Europe and I, for some reason, some ungodly reason, get paid to play, then I'm going over there and Aaron isn't able to come with me. How do I get Aaron to come with me? Well, I have to be on a visa, but the teams are never going to pay for that. It's not really a thing, let alone my skill. I'm not that worth the money. So Aaron would probably have to get a job. I mean, his job, and that all happened. And so now I'm here. And despite the fact that I was pushing Aaron to get a better job, to even in the first place, and then shipped him off to Turkey for like 3 weeks, and then so he could learn stuff, and then got him a promotion from that position so we could move here so that I could play in Europe. It still feels like Aaron got the promotion and I tagged along, despite the fact that I got Aaron. See what I mean? This is the imposter syndrome shit that twists. It's the anxiety plus imposter syndrome, and it twists reality to make me feel very negative about things. The fact that I horrifically shattered my collarbone and still went back to the team, still am contacting, still getting plowed into people, still making tackles, landing on the shoulder, hitting the sleds and stuff with that shoulder. Like, I've broken past that mental fear, but it all didn't really matter. And I want to play in Germany so bad because that is a high level of sport. And I've seen so many people move on to very select groups, to very specialized, highly prized groups. And I've never been a part of that. And I figured maybe I could do that. I could be one of those people. And when Mitchell and Martijn went over there, I was like, great, more people are moving on to Germany into an elite group, and I'm still left behind as cannon fodder, just like in choir, or just like in choir, and just like in musical theater. I was always in the chorus. I never had a named part, which makes you feel best left drowned by the crowd. So there's that, and that's what happened on Friday, as I felt like people I know, friends, our co-workers are moving on to a highly specialized crowd. They aren't offering to help bring me along or invite me to parties or this specialty group. They're just leaving me behind because I'm worthless, I'm pointless, not worthy. And I've been utilizing that fuel to make myself worthy. Is it good? No. It's much better to propel myself through positive stuff. And Diego even said, hey, why do you want to go to Germany? And my brain says, because if you shoot for the moon and only make it a quarter of the way, you're still well above orbit. The problem is I don't know where playing football in the Netherlands is in respects to my goal, because I have no realization of how far I've gotten up, so I'm still on the ground. So I need to sort that one out, and I would like some help with that, and I may have to ask some other people the questions. But I've been recording a long time and I want to get back on the bike and go home.